I'm Matt Willis, Public Health Officer with a COVID-19 update. Today is September 21st, and we are 1 week into our life in Tier 2 in the state's blueprint for COVID-19 response. Our tier determines how far the state will allow us to reopen based on local case rates. The move from Tier 1, the most restrictive tier, last week, means that more businesses are open in Marin County today than have been at any time in the past 6 months, since the beginning of the shelter-in-place in mid-March. I'd like to talk about what that means. First, it means we've made a lot of progress. Today, our current hospitalizations and active cases are 1/4 of what we experienced during the peak in mid-July. There are fewer outbreaks in long-term care facilities, the number of new cases and the percent of positive cases in our most impacted communities, like the Canal area of San Rafael, is also decreasing. The second thing our new status means is that we are vulnerable. This is one of the main dilemmas of the COVID-19 response anywhere. Progress leads to reopening, but reopening, if it leads to more interactions, threatens further progress and can, in fact, risk going backwards. If we let our guard down, we may have to close things down again. This is the most important point for today. It's too early to celebrate, and we could easily slip back. When we were placed in Tier 2, we had a choice: to follow the state's allowances for what all Tier 2 counties can reopen, or to keep more restrictive local policies. We've chosen to follow the state allowances for now, and here's why. First, it's in what we're doing right. Looking back at the progress through August and September, it's important to note that this happened without major changes in our shelter-in-place policies. I believe our progress is the sum total of all the work everyone has done to protect us all through doing the right thing in our everyday lives. I hope it's that the messages of covering our face and maintaining social distance and avoiding close gatherings took hold enough to drive transmission down. Because if that's the case, it means we know what it takes, and we can do even more of that as we reopen. Another important factor is the new state blueprint is a better framework. Before, the state had only 2 settings. You were either on the so-called watch list or not. Now the state's blueprint is more finely tuned, with clearer guardrails and 4 tiers with policies that match local realities. We're eager to tie our policies to a framework that can be applied across the state, rather than different approaches in every county based on local public health control. Now, in Tier 2, indoor restaurants, movie theaters, worship services, and gyms can be opened at limited capacity indoors. Schools can open to classroom-based learning if we stay in Tier 2. These are major steps. Yet we're still seeing 20 to 25 new cases per day, and counties around us are seeing even more. We can expect to see some increase in cases. Public health will be monitoring the impact of these changes closely, and if we see that indoor dining or gyms are tied to clusters of cases, we need to make selective closures. The goal should first be maintaining the gains we've achieved, and then we can think about moving even further into reopening. And please, get your flu shot. That's a simple, safe, and effective way to limit your risk and protect our healthcare systems as we go into fall and winter. Your medical provider will be thrilled to help set up an appointment or visit a local pharmacy. Thank you for helping us continue to flatten the curve in Marin.